Join me as I make my Christmas stew. So I'm going to be making Ofe Akwu stew. Some people call it Banga stew. So it's good to have a change of diet during the Christmas. It's not every Christmas you will be cooking tomato stew. Try to cook something different. So I thought of that and I decided to make ofako with fresh catfish. Okay, so if you have not tried ofako with fresh catfish, you are really missing, especially if you don't have money to buy dry fish, or if you don't have access to dry fish, where you stay in a place where dry fish is very expensive, just like me. Dry fish is very, very expensive in UK. So I decided to use fresh catfish in place of dry fish and also of meat or anything. So join me and I bet you it was very, very delicious. So I first of all washed the fish with hot water to remove the slimy back, and also use lemon to finish the washing so I can remove it totally. I don't like that slimy thing. It makes it to smell somehow. So after scrubbing with the lemon, I will also rinse it with hot water just to make sure that everything has gone out. Okay. Then after that, I'm going to be using my kitchen scissors to trim the gills out because it's just bone. There's no flesh there. So no need to keep it and give yourself extra homework when you're trying to eat the fish. So this is me cutting out the gills just to make the fish clean. So you make sure you cut every part of it. There are some in the tummy, there are some in the head of the fish. So make sure you cut every other thing and the fish is clean. Okay. And also if you have a small child or you have kids at home, you wouldn't want them to swallow those tiny, tiny bones, all in the name of trying to eat fish. Okay, because there are a lot of bone in the catfish, so you have to make sure that those tiny, tiny ones are off, so it doesn't cause a nuisance when you're eating and enjoying your banga stew. Okay. So this one on the head, that one strong. Oh, this scissors couldn't. If you have a bigger scissors, that would be good for you. But I have to some time go off the camera and use my big knife to cut it. So I couldn't hold the camera while using the knife at the same time. So I had to go off camera and cut that one. Okay, that was this one. So now everything is ready. The fish is ready. So this one is my intestine roundabout, cow roundabout. The Yoruba people, they call it abo. So but Igbo we call it we call it afano. Igbo people will call it afano. So but the English name is roundabout. So their own here is called big, 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 and it's, as you can see, I just brought that from the freezer. It's very blocked, so I have to use hot water to dissolve the or melt the ice, so I can be able to wash it to my taste. So this is me pouring hot water on the roundabout. So it's ready now, all clean. So now I'll be introducing all I'm using to cook. This is my catfish. This is my roundabouts. So this is the palm nut concentrate. If you're in the diaspora, this is what we use. We don't have the fresh one here, so we use the concentrate. And this is my grand crayfish. Oh my god, this Benny, this chicken flavor. I too like this spice with my no, of course. And this is my blended banga spice. Of course, I'm going to add onions. This is my dry scent leaf. If you see the fresh one, it will be better. And this is salt. Of course, we have to use salt. So first of all, I'm going to dissolve the palm oil concentrate or palm nut concentrate. Okay, so this one is not the palm oil because it has not been cooked and sieved like we normally process, so it has not gone to the final process. So don't use this concentrate to make add in your egusi soup, or no, you will not like the outcome. It's going to be, the color is not going to be given. So this is meant for only banga soup or banga stew. whichever one, because some people also eat this banga um as a soup. Like the Delta State people, they do banga soup. They use it to eat swallow. Okay, so me trying to dissolve, you have to add hot water for it to be able to dissolve. If you add cold water, it's not going to go anywhere. So I used hot water and trying to melt the clumps so that it will dissolve. So it's almost ready now. So after dissolving everything, the next thing you will want to do is to sieve it, whichever pot you want to use to cook the food. That is what I'm still dissolving, because it's not really easy to dissolve. So now I'm going to sieve it into my pot that I'm using to cook. That's me there. So you know, say na me cook am. Maybe another person, na me cook am. So I'm sieving it now. You can see there are still some little clumps there. So when you're sieving, be careful at the very bottom of the water, because there might be some, those palm kernel blackheads might be there. So you might not want to put that in your banga stew. So you just have to be careful and sieve carefully. I'm going to be showing you those blackhead things so that you will know what I'm talking about. Okay. So I'm trying to make sure I sieve every sievable. So now I'll show you those black things, because the inside of this pot is black. You won't really see them clearly, but these are them. Those black things that you should avoid. Okay, otherwise you'll be eating it. Crum, crum. Okay, now everything is sieved and it's on this gas now, ready to be cooked. Now I'm going to be adding my banga spice. Add to your taste, and after that I will add my. After that I will be stirring it and add my onions. So after adding the onion, I don't usually put my catfish at the beginning. This is me adding my spice, because the fresh catfish is soft and easy, easily done. So if I put it at the beginning of the banga, I is going to be overcooked. So I will put every other thing, the spices and everything, then I will add the roundabout, because that one need a bit of a time to cook. So that it will cook. After it has cooked for some time, then I will now add the catfish and every other thing, and then the banga soup will be ready. So just keep watching. Now I'm adding the roundabout, because it's going to take a bit of a time to be done. It's a bit stronger than the catfish itself. So after adding the that one, I'm going to be cover it for some time and allow it to simmer. So now it has come up to with some cooked. Then I'm adding my catfish now. This is the time to add your catfish. Anyway, some people actually like to, first of all cook the catfish before adding it. But me, I like to add it like as it is fresh, so that every ingredient will enter inside well. All the banga stuff, and give it that banga stew vibe. Okay. This fresh catfish is very sweet. It's very delicious. Like, it adds a lot of taste. Whether you're using it to do your tomato stew or using it to cook soup, whatever thing you're using it to do, that taste that dry catfish will give you. That's the same taste it will give you. Very, very, very delicious and yumptious. Okay, so I'm adding everything, and now I'm stirring to make sure that it sinks inside the banga stew very well. Okay. So after putting the fish, I'm going to be adding the crayfish now. This is the right time I add my crayfish. You can add your crayfish when you're adding, maybe like if you're using the roundabout, adding other things before adding your fish, whichever way you choose. But I chose to add it the same time with the catfish, so that all of them go blend. Okay. So I'm adding the dry scent leaf now. Almost, if you have access to the fresh scent leaf, oh God, just use that one. It's better. It will give you that greenish, that greenish color, and You know, fresh is fresh. Anything is fresh. Anything fresh is fresh. So this is the dry one that I was able to get here, and I'm still using it like that. I'll still get a little vibe from it anyway. So this is me. I'm trying to mix everything together so that all of them go enter inside that fish. The taste, all of them go enter. By this time, everywhere is scenting. Even my Oyibo neighbor don they knock on my door. They ask me, say, "What's cooking, Edith?" So, but you know, say Oyibo no go feed this one because I go finally add pepper. You know, and also, guys, I like to use Cameroon pepper to cook this kind of native thing. You know that Cameroon pepper, it has a special, flavor when you use it to cook all these native. I didn't use fresh pepper, I use Cameroon pepper. So the color still match the soup. So make all of them the color like that they go. All right, after adding everything, you have to cook, cover it and allow it to simmer. And here we go. Our soup is ready. So we just need to add salt to taste. You notice that I did not add salt from the beginning. I added it last because some of this our food have their natural salt in them. So you don't want to like add too much salt and then it will be very salty. And one thing with the Ofe Akwu is the more the more it stays day by day, the more salty it becomes. So you don't want to add like too much salt that at the end of the day it will become too salty. You won't like to eat it again. So I just added a little bit of salt because I know say normally the food go they bring salt come out by itself. Okay, so this is you see the roundabout is very done now, very very done. I just say make I show you. Some people go see they argue say the thing I know allow make it done, so you don't see everything done. So that is it. So if you have not tried this Ofe Akwu with fresh catfish, after watching this video, make sure you try it in the New Year rice. Don't cook stew rice during the New Year. Try something different. Try this recipe. You go like it. Make sure you come back to say thank you after cooking this. Almost see now. Almost look at this Ofe Akwu. Ofe Akwu is given. The Ofe Akwu is given. Oh yeah, come follow me chop. The rice is also ready. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to share and try this recipe and tell me what you think.